So, in this particular episode, we're going to have a courageous conversation because that's what we do here. We have courageous conversations. Let's talk about how do we transform your money mindset from a place of lack and limitation to a place of prosperity. So, money, first of all, let's be very clear. Money has a masculine energy. The conversation about money is a masculine conversation. So, as a man, men are actually more comfortable talking about money. Women, we talk about it, but we're not quite as comfortable with it. Now, nothing I say is absolute. You might be a woman and quite comfortable talking about money. You might be a man and talking about money is uncomfortable. On average, this is the case. So money, what I recognize is that we have a money blueprint. We have a money history. And that money blueprint, we didn't create ourselves. It came from our parents. It came from our community. It came from our economic experience in our household. Like, we have so much money history. We have a cellular experience with money that's really shaped and formed before we turn 10. By the time we're 21, we already have a complete belief system around money, just in time to be out on our own. But it's an unconscious belief system. If money was divisive in your household with your parents or your family, then your relationship to money is that it could potentially be divisive. Let me make sure I never work too hard, or I never argue over money, or don't discuss money, so that it's never divisive. While that's a noble concept, oftentimes it causes you to not talk about money, to not discuss money. You also may think, if I have too much money or if I keep too much money, it makes me less of a good person, because good people give it all away. Good people are willing to sacrifice their financial well-being for the good of others. I'm not sure what it is. I'm just here to tell you that our money blueprint, our cellular relationship to money, is often shaped by the time we're 10 and solid by the time we're 21. So I'd like to invite you to uncover what's my true belief system around money. I was shocked to realize that I had a negative perception of wealthy people at one point. I said wealthy people, and like, raise your hand, give me some props if this is you. If not, don't worry about it. I said wealthy people are stingy. Wealthy people are all about money. Wealthy people's children have issues. Wealthy people are greedy. I had all of these things. And here I was in my 30s pursuing what I called to be prosperity and wealth. And yet I had all of these unconscious belief systems. Well, here's the gift. The gift of this work, the gift of this channel, the gift of this tribe is, let's bring from your unconscious to your conscious. It's okay if you have that belief system, if that belief system serves you. But I realized that I was pursuing health wealth, relationship wealth, financial wealth, but I had a perception about wealthy people that wasn't in alignment with who I am. So what did I do? I had to heal my relationship with money. I had to develop a new belief system around what wealth can look like. I had to say, wealthy people can be spiritual. Wealthy people can have amazing children. Wealthy people can be generous. And then guess what happened? I began to meet people whose financial status put them in a certain income bracket, and they were kind and they were loving. So I invite you to look at, are you living in a relationship with money that you created? Or are you living with a relationship with money that was created for you? I used to always say, my grandmother can make a dime go in 20 different directions. I never asked the next question to see, would my grandmother have preferred 22 dimes? I wore my poverty. I wore my scarcity. I wore the badge of robbing Peter to pay Paul with pride, until I realized that that was an optional badge, and that I can pay Peter and Paul and still save. And so I want to invite you to challenge your belief system around money. Challenge your spiritual belief system. What do you spiritually believe about money? And does that belief system still serve you? What's your economic belief system? How will money operate in your household? How will money work in your household? How is money navigated within your household? And if it doesn't support what you want to create, challenge that belief system. I invite you to look at money in your culture, because culturally we have a relationship to money that was handed to us simply by the mere fact that you were born inside that culture. If it serves you, keep it. But if it doesn't, challenge it. How is your relationship to money based on your gender? As a man, how do you relate to money? What's your belief system about you and money? As a woman, what's your belief system that you've adopted about you and money? If it doesn't serve you any longer, challenge it. I invite you to not just look at money, but look at your relationship to money. Dissect it. Spend time with it. Money is a dignified conversation that we need to have more of. It doesn't make you any less of a good person. As a matter of fact, the more money you have, the more you are who you've always been. So who you are won't change. More money just makes you more of who you've always been. So if you are a good person, and I'm sure you are, you're here, then more money will simply give you access to share your good in more places. Now remember, this show is not just about a monologue. This show is about a dialogue. Matter of fact, this show is about having courageous conversations, bold conversations, unapologetic conversations, non-negotiable conversations, sometimes a carefrontational conversation even. Now, did I confront something that you may have been thinking about? Did I push a button? Or did I create an aha? Was there something that you needed to hear? Was there a conversation that was long overdue? This is that kind of conversation I believe not many people will have with me. Not many people may have with you. What was your moment of BOL, breakthrough out loud? Or was there a Yana moment? You are not alone. I'm right there. Leave me a comment below. Because when we can transform our conversation about money, we transform our household. When we transform our household, we can impact our community, our families, and anyone watching. And when we do that, we become the change that we want to see in the world. Now, if you haven't already done so, be sure to subscribe. Only if you like courageous conversations and dynamic dialogue. And then look out for more, hopefully, prayerfully amazing content in the future. After all, this is your home. We are your tribe. And I am your sister in prosperity and in possibility. And when I say that I believe in you and I love you, it's because I do. I'll see you real soon.